Hey everyone, really exciting update today as we dive into Mitel's product strategy and philosophy for the rest of this year. Martin, how are you?
Great. How about yourself?
Doing well. You guys have been so busy. I'm really intrigued for an update. Before that, maybe introduce yourself. And how would you describe Mitel these days?
Yeah, I'm the senior vice president for our product portfolio at Mitel. Responsible for driving roadmap, driving innovation, and really hoping to solve problems for our customers with our product portfolio.
And make it sound so simple and yet so much complexity behind the scenes. Before we dive into specific innovations, let's start with the big picture. What's Mitel's overall product and portfolio offering today?
Yeah, so this year has been a year of a bit of a transformation, right? So we've been really trying to accelerate our innovation across our hybrid UC portfolio. So lots been going on this year, especially with some of the macroeconomic changes and some of the stuff that's going on in the world. There's a lot of interest in solutions that are, more secure, more resilient for certain types of things, and that's where we have solutions for. That's where our solutions are a perfect fit. So we've been launching that with our common communication framework last year. Then we've been busy adding AI enhancements, but not sacrificing some of this deployment flexibility and really hybrid flexibility where you can deploy where and how you want, and any combination of a cloud, private cloud, multiple clouds. And that's what really differentiates us.
Yeah, making so many waves. And talk about the portfolio specifically. What are some of the key product development areas and innovation efforts you've been focused on? And you've had a lot of announcements and news.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. So one of our biggest news this year was the launch of our new AI-powered CX solution, so a new contact center solution that's available, across our portfolio to really elevate how customer communication is done. And what sets us apart there is that we don't consider customer communication as an island. And in a lot of ways, many companies, many competitors, the contact center is the thing off to the side, right? The people where all the support techs or whatever sit. And we just don't see it that way. We want to make customer communication an integral part of your everyday communication task as a business, and really provide this end-to-end solution. And AI is really, putting that into super drive, really, because what AI now enables you is not just to respond to customer from an interaction perspective, but with the agentic aspects to really automate end-to-end communication flows that start with some sort of customer request and then go all the way through the business in an automated or semi-automated fashion. And that's really where a lot of the innovation is, where our portfolio is a good fit, and what we want to make sure we have with our new CX offering. It's not just us. We also launched or partnered with LSpark, incubator accelerator for startups. And so there's some exciting stuff coming out of that as well. Really new ideas, all in that direction. Is how do we make customer interactions more meaningful?
Fantastic. And you're a keen observer of industry trends and opportunities. What are some of the big themes that you're riding and driving as far as innovation? Any specific product functionality, features, releases that kind of will help you keep ahead of this wave?
Yeah, so it's really a couple things. So naturally, AI, I already mentioned, is it has to be part of everything, but not just the insights and the analytics piece, but really the agentic piece as well, to drive end-to-end automation. That can only work in conjunction with having a really integrated open solution that can interact with all sorts of other business applications or other pieces in the business. And typically, what it also requires is a very narrow vertical focus, because you really need to understand your customers' business and really understand the specific problems they have, so that you're able to help them. And so this is really some of the core innovation themes. A lot of that, as I mentioned, is focused around, of course, the CX and customer experience angle.
Fantastic. And you are doubling down on, phones and devices, really opportunity there, which continues to grow in the enterprise. Let's zoom in there. What's new? What should customers, partners expect in this category?
Yeah, hardware is everybody thinks some of those hardware things like phones and all of that is going away, but in reality, there's still a strong demand in lots of industries. There is still a continued requirement for like audio devices and similar types of device-like things. We actually believe that some of the current trends and specifically around AI, are actually making devices or audio devices, phones, cordless stuff, etc., more relevant because human speech is becoming a user interface again to interact with technology. Of course, helped by AI, much more natural interface with that. And so this year has been really a year of a transformation with some, really cool stuff we did from a software perspective, software differentiation on our, desktop phone line, on our cordless phone line. But also, some manufacturing innovation that we've brought to the table. So we have completely transitioned our manufacturing out of China and back into Germany, and that's been possible with AI-powered factory automation as well, where you can basically automate manufacturing of more complex devices that are not like super high volume, that are not in the tens of millions, but in the hundreds of thousands. Where you really automate that with a flexible AI-powered manufacturing line that is much easier to train and retrain for manufacturing different types of variants of product. So lots of stuff going on even on the devices side, but lots of focus from customers on also resiliency from that perspective, with all the discussions going on, fearing that they're all of a sudden cut off from supply with some of these macroeconomic factors that are coming into play. So that's been a really busy year for us on that front.
Yeah, it's amazing. This industry continues to surprise. My son just started an internship at a big tech company in the Boston area, and he was so excited because he had a desk phone for the first time. It happened to be Mitel, and he was like, "Ah, I'm stepping up in the world." So he he was really
Well,
intrigued by that.
I can tell you, it like even that thing as a status symbols in some parts of the world, that's still a thing, right? So less so in Europe and or North America probably, but in some countries it's still a thing.
It's amazing. And so you spend a lot of your time not just on product development, but things like lifecycle planning and software assurance. And you've done a lot of work in that area to help your customers and partners get more value over time, accessing security patches and updates and AI features and more. How's that rollout coming along?
Yeah, so like the software assurance in the in the old days was really just perceived as access to support, and this is just something we need to continue to educate and tell people about. It's so much more these days. It's security is the paramount thing in the IT industry these days, and you really got to watch it. Otherwise, you're taking a huge risk. We're investing a lot of money in our R&D department on security related, updating all the underlying stuff, penetration testing, all of this stuff, reacting to vulnerabilities that are being found. But the problem is if you never upgrade your software you're not going to benefit from any of that work that's being done. And software assurance is really what gives you access to all of that, besides giving you access to support. But it also gives you access to all the latest features, and specifically with all the AI components and connecting that to our cloud offers. It's really critical for people to get onto that, to be able to leverage all the latest and greatest in terms of technologies, in terms of analytics tools we have, in terms of AI-powered stuff that you can augment your platform with. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need to change everything you have to get access to that and to implement AI type features on these platforms. All you really need is active software assurance, upgrade to a supported release or recent release, and then go off and start to use it. It's a thing that's really starting to to get into people's minds. But it's been difficult, I can tell you, right? Because it's the like things persist, and it's like, oh, it's maintenance, it's this, it's just access to support. That kind of mindset still exists in a lot of parts of many industries.
Indeed, a lot of reinvention needed there. So we're in Q4. It's hard to believe, but now is when a lot of enterprises are spending their budgets on IT and telecom and networking. What should customers, partners look forward to from Mitel the rest of the year?
So there is really some meaningful releases that are coming out later this year. So there is lots more content coming on our CX portfolio. That is, of course, extending into next year. Lots of innovation, lots of new stuff happening there. We're launching a new low-end device that is, of course, attractive for lobby type phone use cases. Really attractive price point on that. Really attractive quality of the product. We're also doubling down on our OpenSIP portfolio. So we just launched, and we're still launching in some countries, our phone hardware, not just on our own platform, but on pretty much any UCaaS platform out there that you can think of. So that's really something we're trying to drive home, to really become a player and take advantage of some of these macroeconomic factors where some customers may not be comfortable with for example, some Chinese vendors, some customers even stricter. They cannot use it for all sorts of reasons, regulatory reason being the most dominant. So that's really something we're focused on. There is a bunch of platform releases that improve, like the distributed architecture, edge compute type hybrid feature set there. So lots coming there. But most importantly, we're really doubling down on our commitment to customers on, we're here to grow with you. We're here to, give you the tools, the new releases, the features, and the seamless path to some of these new things that you need to have in your communication environment. Whether it's AI-based, customer experience-based, contact center-based, or whether it's specific vertical solutions. So we're building into that also with a strong roadmap that we already started to communicate to our customers in early 26.
Fantastic. Well, you've been so busy. They say it's a marathon, not a sprint, but it seems like you've been like sprinting a marathon over the past couple of years. Any final reflections or thoughts to end this up?
Well, we'll see what next year brings. Like going into this year, some of the topics we did not have on our radar, and we had to kind of adjust and course correct. And so it continues to surprise even the experts in the industry with the speed of some of these things that are evolving. We fundamentally believe that there is a strong need for frontline experiences, really improving things for the frontline worker, not the knowledge worker at their desk. That's what a lot of focus has been on in our industry. So that's one of the key things we want to continue to innovate and go into next year with. The customer experience, a custom communication angle, contact centers, etc. That will continue. And then I think the whole piece of like mission critical communications and resiliency, sovereignty, that's gonna be there into next year as well. And that is a strong, of course, driver for the hybrid UC type solutions that we're offering.
Well, fantastic update. Congratulations on all the success. Onwards and upwards. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And thanks everyone for listening and watching, sharing this episode. Also check out our TV show at techimpact.tv, now on Bloomberg and Fox Business. Thanks, Martin. Thanks, everyone.